Next guest, Alex Castellanos, says James Comey is a showboat and a grandstander. Good morning, Alex Castellanos.
Good morning. I think the president's been proven right once again.
Well, was he talking about himself or was he talking about James Comey?
Takes one to know one.
But is James Comey right? Is there not any truth in this?
I think there's a lot of truth in it because James Comey is on both sides of everything. This is a man full of self-doubt. I've never heard an interview where a man said, "I don't know, and you could be right, I could be wrong," so many times. I think we see why the president fired him. It's not just because he's a showboater. It's because this man is weak and indecisive and full of self-doubt and questions every decisions he's ever made, even after he's made them. And the president thought, Jesus, this guy will never end the Russia investigation. I got to get somebody here who can get things done.
What do you make of James? I mean, it sounds like, well, it sounds like James Comey and Donald Trump just don't like each other.
They don't, and I think Comey gave us a tip as to why. He said this president is about dominance. He said several times in the interview, I wasn't strong enough. And I don't think Donald Trump respects James Comey. I think Donald Trump respects people who push back and give him clear answers. And that's not Comey. So no, I don't think these guys ever got off on the right foot. And besides that, Comey is about 6 inches taller.
Well, that's reason enough to fire the guy.
Yeah.
I'm confused as to why Republicans and Donald Trump supporters say Comey was fired. They're almost saying that he handled the Hillary Clinton email scandal poorly on one side, but then also say that he basically handed Donald Trump the election. So I don't know what they don't like about the handling of Hillary Clinton's email scandal.
Well, one is the email scandal. I think Trump personally thinks it undermines his legitimacy as president. You mean I didn't beat her? This guy cheated and undermined her, and I have I didn't earn the presidency? I think that gets to Trump personally. But it was never about the email scandal. It was about the Russia investigation. Trump has said as much. Trump wanted to get things done and be a successful president and put his name up in lights above the White House like he has in his hotels. You know, he wants to end up on Mount Rushmore. And this whole Russia investigation, if it never ended, would undermine his ability to get things done. That's why he got rid of this weak, indecisive figure named James Comey.
This is what drives liberals crazy, Alex Castellanos, is that if the whole what if, and that is if Bill Clinton, what if Bill Clinton would have fired Ken Starr and when asked why, said, I'm tired of this Whitewater investigation, right?
Exactly.
Republicans would have been apoplectic. Their heads literally would have popped off of their bodies.
Well, it's different when it's all about you, isn't it? We've learned that in politics. But, you know, now all of a sudden Michael Cohen is under investigation for laundering money and making illegal campaign contributions, paying off the Stormy Daniels. Wait a minute, never spit straight up. Didn't Hillary Clinton wash money through a law firm to pay for the Steele dossier? Isn't that laundering money and hiding a campaign contribution? So this could get interesting as we go on.
Speaking of Michael Cohen, while we still have you, why is it of national security and of importance to the American people to know that Michael Cohen was Sean Hannity's attorney?
Well, I think Fox's new slogan is, we don't report, so you don't have to decide. It, of course, is not important at all. Hannity says it was, minor legal advice, didn't even rise to a real legal relationship. My question would be, okay, fine. If you have a relationship with a lawyer, you have to report it. Does that mean reporters need to tell us who they voted for before they report a story? Aren't we entitled to know that if they're involved? participants in an election?
That's a good question, but I don't understand. I mean, Sean Hannity probably should have disclosed it on his air, but that's a separate issue. Then what's the benefit? What's the furthering of the story in terms of right or wrong, knowing that Michael Cohen handled Sean Hannity's real estate transaction or a speeding ticket or whatever? I mean, who cares?
It has nothing to do with it, but Mueller has expanded his mandate to the point that it's all about getting leverage on anyone who could roll over on Donald Trump. And it doesn't matter where that leverage is. It doesn't matter where it comes from. It doesn't matter if it has anything to do with collusion. All it is let's find another way to put pressure on Michael Cohen and on anyone associated with Trump. And by the way, think of future presidents, Democrat or Republicans. We might as well appoint special counsels now to start investigating everyone they've ever done business with.
Alex Castellanos, if it was 1998, you'd sound like a Democrat talking about Ken Starr.
Don't accuse me of being a Democrat.
Alex, have a good week. Thanks.